mechanical equipment room for the southeast plaza building.
Okay, it's just west of the main entrance to the southeast plaza building.
How far above the grade?
That is grade level.
Right at grade.
That is a grade. It goes from grade to about 332. Still directly adjacent to it on the right-hand side.
Pictures 13 and 14 are mechanical rooms, southeast corner.
This is the exhaust air plenum.
This general area, then goes to the air funnel, which is to the right-hand side of that outside air funnel. There's a little bit of a kicker in this story here. Along this wall, there's being taken in subway system. There's a subway ventilation system that in the event of a fire, they can either pressurize the tunnel or exhaust from the tunnel. Well, let me put it this way. We have one in the northeast plaza building, and we have one in the southeast plaza building. The discharge of this smoke exhaust to the tunnel discharges in the exhaust plenum or the spill plenum of the southeast plaza building over here. It's the 1 and 9 over here.
Fly air plenum.
Northeast is on one end of the platform. You'll have spill air fans. You'll have ASOA fans. Those ASOA fans, auxiliary service outside air services and concourse areas.
The fan control board.
That public corridor area, go to 100% outside air. That's the system. Return fans are used to deferred. Yeah. Take that from the plenum. Return that plenum. Discharge it into the duct. It goes in either two directions. You can go back to recirculate with the ACS fan, or it can be spilled out of the building.
Can you do 100% either?
As soon as I throw that switch, it will go 100% outside.
Okay. Can you do 100%?
No. No. Not that I'm aware of. No, I can't do 100% return. That's under a static pressure control. Not having a surgical on the outside.
Yeah, can I do that?
I'll tell you the
Okay, we could do 100% capacity of air that was either from the return, but this is filling, that is the other side.
The number of units you can find at that equipment schedule, the Southeast Plaza building. It'll list all the fans. Fans at the trade center are designated in 3 areas. 1, type of equipment. Example, an ACS, an ACR, an exhaust fan, a transfer fan, an MER exhaust fan. That'll be the first designation. The second designation is its location. You can say S2, which means it's sub-level 2. The next indication will give you the number of the equipment. So we could have ASOA, S2, 1, a designation of E represents the Southeast Plaza building. The designation of N represents the Northeast Plaza building. So it's a camera. Yes, you'll have that in the on the mechanical drawings, on the specification sheet. Give you the CF pictures, the whole 9 yards.
Detail split between the
the ducts in the southeast room
Okay,
here.
this is the mechanical equipment room for the southeast plaza building. Let me show you the one for northeast. So try to stay out of the roadway as much as possible. Northeast, southeast truck
There you
dock.
go. Here we are. This is what I want you to get on there. This is,
It's basically the same layout that you had upstairs.
yeah, except it doesn't trim off the corners.
Right, well,
So, yeah, which you know, well, for those who know the building, it's fine. For those who don't, and what these are just guiding people on where to make deliveries. They have nothing to do with their HVAC system.
no, but it does represent the different corridors that are.
And it shows how Alexander's originally was.
This is how Alexander's was. Right now, they have a corridor that goes straight through here.
Which we walked
And also
down.
the corridor go right straight through.
Yes, goes through this area also. So the corridor now, there's an entrance that goes straight through right here.
And the vista's out there about where the north arrow is, right?
The Vista is located just approximately here.
Yes.
Vista Hotel.
And where is southeast and northeast plaza?
Here's north.
Well, the southeast, the split, let me take it from One World Trade Center. This approximately, where you see the BMT subway, is the split between the northeast and the southeast plaza buildings. If you were up on the concourse level, you would see a black granite sculpture at this area. If you walk straight down, right around by the big kitchen here, which is now the Gap, this is the Gap store, the sculpture fountain is approximately in this area. So the Northeast Plaza building would be a building at this area, approximately to here. The Southeast Plaza building would be approximately to this area.
At the concourse levels, right?
Right, based upon, you know, what would be above the concourse.
Now, just to count around, here is one subway entrance.
There's another one
Right there.
right
okay.
here, and I believe there is one here right now.
Okay,
Yes,
and
there
then
is.
there's BMT over here.
And this is the E-train. The
Right.
8th Avenue subway train is
And
over
then
there.
there's your path.
Doesn't show the one
Right.
there.
Okay, and then we have entrance from here to the hotel and here to the hotel, but there's another entrance to the hotel. Right here?
No. What? Let
Is
me
that
see
their
this.
service entrance?
No, there is an entrance here to the ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay, but the primary entrance to the hotel
It's the front.
is at the south wall of One World Trade Center.
Yeah. Those are just two doors that go into the ballroom. And
Yeah.
also the jetpack Ben and Jerry. That's right.
Where is
So
the
that's what we're
mechanical
talking
room
about.
that we
This
just
is
visited?
Okay, hold on a second. The mechanical equipment room, freight cars are around here. The mechanical equipment room is just around this area. This would be representative of the fresh air intake and the spill. And in the Northeast Plaza building, fresh air intake and the spill.
There is another mechanical big one.
It's another
Like that?
mechanical equipment room similar to the Southeast.
And the,
At this location.
the units
That's where
serving
we're
the
headed.
lobby of these buildings are in those mechanical rooms?
The areas servicing the concourse
Okay.
or in
What
the
about
mechanical,
lobby?
or the mechanical equipment rooms of the Northeast Plaza building and the Southeast Plaza building. The towers have a separate ventilation system exclusively for the tower.
And the vista's exclusively for the vistas.
Vistas, primarily exclusive for the Vista. There's always an exception. On the B1 level, right, of the Vista, we do have garage areas that are common. There is an interface on the B1 level with the Vista and the subgrade as a whole. The subgrade area, though the B1 level, connects through this path system, through this old path system of One World Trade Center, Two World Trade Center, the Northeast Plaza building, and the Southeast Plaza building. You can travel to any one of the buildings through the subgrade at the B1 level.
But then there's a door from here to the building.
No.
The building proper.
No, We just walked from the Southeast Plaza building. We did pass through a door at that point. On the Northeast Plaza building, there isn't a door. There's a door to the mechanical equipment room per se, right? And I believe there's a set of roll-up doors.
I don't think the Vista has a door.
I don't know. The Vista, yes, there is a set of double doors to it.
Is there?
There's a set of flapping double doors, which we'll take a look at.
The Customs House and the Financial Center
The
are
Financial Center is
on the other side.
on west of, this would be West Street. The Customs House would be located approximately...
The concourse doors.
See this big kitchen? See this area here? Right? This approximately starts the Customs property. Just where you see this division line. The Customs would be in this area.
As I said before, once you cross that underground subway, on this side you all the subway 6 levels down below, right?
You'll have 6 sublevels at the trade center itself.
And also interconnecting with
And you'll have an interconnect between 1 and 2 World Trade Center on the B2 level. You will also have an interconnect on the B5 level. On the B6 level, there is an interconnect. On the B4 level,
Yeah, they're going to be full level as well.
B5 does not interconnect.
No.
B4 does interconnect.
Structurally, these go all the way down.
The B5 has
Yes.
passageways.
The same for the other buildings?
No.
No. Those only go down B1. This is
The
as low as you
northeast and
get.
the southeast and the Customs House structurally go down to the, primarily to the
29,
B1 level.
26.
There's an exception. This old path terminal, right where we're standing right now, does have a sub-basement. There is another B2 level in this truck dock, which was the old path terminal.
That's that huge abandoned space that backed up against the Swiss bank wall.
The west wall, west side? No, the north side of this truck dock has data port or teleport?
No, data port.
Data port. The south side is data. No, it was the old generator there. There was air vents down there. That was that's all sealed off. That's all sealed off.
Picture 17 will be another picture of the diagram, the old diagram of the concourse.
Yeah, now that we're hoping these are mine.
Again, the same type of equipment. This will serve half of the concourse area. It has ASOA fans, it has ACS fans, it has engineers that walk around, and it has toilet exhaust fans. Separate ventilation units that have been installed in new public corridors that were installed in this area. This building does not have a purge capability for the concourse, as I know. That's part of it. You know how you wish to put the disclaimer in there? That's part of the master plan. I believe so. Take a look at the fresh air intake plan. The Southeast Plaza building was built later.
And also, the substance process is kind of like 440.
Okay, we'll take a look at the fresh air intake plan for North Asia. Okay. Fresh air intake plan, Northeast Plaza building.
The fresh air intake plenum for the Northeast Plaza building.
The Southeast Plaza building exit. The truck across those two tunnels, bring it down into this area. The spill plan
Northeast Plaza building.
link on the other side of that shelf. Okay? Came over the two tubes. And it discharges at ground level along the set of vents there. You can see some daylight opening. Still there. Fresh air intake plenum directly to the south of this area. This is the spill air plenum for the Northeast Plaza building.
Somebody going across something.
That's, I think that's the exhaust duct either for Severos or it's for anyone next to Severo.
How are you handling kitchen exhaust?
Japanese place.
Japanese place.
One of the
Mine in,
Mine Shapiro.
Mine Superior. That's
One
a
of
Dell.
them.
How are you handling kitchen hose?
Kitchen exhaust being discharged right out at the wall of the spill plenum.
How high is
Or this one is almost at street level.
That's
Yeah.
not violation.
Well, it's what, 10 feet, 15 feet above. There is a kitchen exhaust that was used for the A7 restaurant. That A7 restaurant is now taken out. The gap has taken its place. There's going to be a new escalator in the general vicinity of where the A7 restaurant was. There is a kitchen exhaust shaft that goes up to the 9th floor in that general area. Take a look at the fresh air intake plenum. This is now for living room as part of the master plan. Fresh air intake, the ceiling that you're looking at right here, 2 months ago wasn't there. Okay, they built this mechanical equipment room. Fresh air intake is directly above this room. We're pointing, you may see it.
Joy Ken?
Now you may not.
Locked down, fire.
Good color.
Otherwise, no one
There you
is
go, go here.
cement this mixture.
You see a large set of intakes along this wall, directly above this ceiling.
That's the north wall.
Wall, but actually the northeast corner of the Northeast Plaza building. Fresh air intake. We're pulling fresh air into this area, through that hallway, over the tubes, into the fresh air intake plenum of the Northeast Plaza building.
And this room itself,
Roundabout stuff.
this room will also get hits from the same place too. It'll be coming
I
in.
believe they're going to isolate this, and this is a rumor.
What this is gonna serve, which area?
Check out the front.
What?
Tony, do you know what this area is going for?
This is for the Northeast Plaza building. That's for relocation. These are like 3 fans here for the that has been disconnected because of the escalator they're putting up.
Right.
They're going to disconnect the duct supplying from that MER.
Right. This,
So,
I mean, this
this is a new area.
This area, this is going to serve what area?
The San Goody, the old San Goody.
The old San Goody area.
And
What else?
also the fresh air supply of the third floor.
And the fresh air supply for the third floor
To the third floor.
of the northeast.
The only one is
Through the house, through those return air plenums. There is separate plenums for piping.
So those are just for air.
Primarily just for air. The design of this place, the design of the trade center.
This is Bill. That's the intake.
We'll be out sick tomorrow.
Somebody said, yeah.
I'm gonna blame it on you.
E7 restaurant. See around these orange barricades here, the part of the color. We were just looking at. Okay? Otherwise, that whole system is part of the master plan. And from what I gather, that ventilation is going to service this general area.
That's the new mechanical room?
New mechanical equipment room.
Yeah, actually, three fans,
Two and a half units.
supply fan and one ACS.
There is an escalator that is going to go into this location.
How many square feet is it?
Somewhere around here? Somewhere in this general area. It just goes up to one level. It's going to go up to the bottom.
So on the right inside the interior, yeah, it's going to extend up to the area of the wall.
This was old A7 restaurant. You see it on the drawing? A7. What was it?
Gallery cafe.
The bar?
This
The bar?
Look at a market bar.
Market bar was here.
this is a gallery cafe.
That cafeteria here. They had a restaurant in the back.
And the bar here, remember we right up the food here? I remember, yeah.
Facility is setting in quickly. Young guy.
I heard this bar you're talking about. It's called Gallery Cafe. Gallery.
This is the entrance from the concourse level down to the path terminal.
Feel the air movement now.
Well, part of that is that, part of it is generated by us. Yeah, here is that.
Let me actually show you very fast.
Of course, you know, it's got a lot of cross-sectional area. It doesn't have to move very fast. Move a
Look
lot
how
fast.
it's moving, the piece of material there.
Must not be good enough. This is where you, in the morning when you may do this, you take some toilet tissue with you. It's a very good indicator.
Here we have the path terminal.
And also what we're going to do here
It sucks.
Start over again and explain to the camera.
Okay.
Look at the camera.
Look at the camera.
Okay, this is the PEP dome. And what we are intending to do here is
We're
a
gonna
couple
put
of
that
things.
light on.
First, we're going to put a 3-foot baffle underneath the ceiling area there as a smoke trap. 3-foot, something like 24 inches or whatever. And we want to maintain like a 7.6 height clearance. And right underneath this dome, this is going to be redone. And what we allowed this area to be to have is a exhaust opening here, which would allow 50,000 CFM of exhaust
50,000.
to exhaust from this area. And essentially, this is for a 10 megawatt train fire underneath at the track platform level.
What did you use to calculate the
10 megawatt?
50,000?
50,000 CFM is what I can get with the existing equipment. Because I'm just tapping off from what we call a truck dump exhaust fan. What we're going to do is just going to run the new ductwork and connect to the damper and then exhaust out.
So you expect the fire to occur down here?
Right. And then we have 9 of these stairwells that open up this actually from the track.
Yeah, it's going to be a spill.
And we've been...
I doubt a 50,000 feet.
No, it's not going to do a whole lot. But the thing is that what we also have is that right now we have 3 fans. 2 of them on one side and 1 of them on the other side have a total of 180,000 CFM of exhaust from 2 ends of the platform. And however, they are not distributed very equally. There's 2 of them, 150 and the other one is 25,000 CFM. On the 25,000 CFM side, I'm going to increase and put in another 70,000 CFM on the south one.
So you're going to have 50,000 here. How much that way?
About 150 on each end of the platform, at the end of the platform.
Then why do you, this is only a thought, and I'd have to take a look at it, but it sounds like this one's going to be fighting those ones.
No, this is not going to activate until you get a smoke detector here. Until the smoke spill, this will only be on if the smoke cannot be captured.
Which company?
Underneath
What's going to activate the one?
No, too bad.
manual.
You can't suck air out the bottom.
Of course not, but you're
Okay.
sucking air out through the tubes.
But if you're going to go this way,
You're sucking air.
if you're going to have fans going this way,
Yeah.
then this is the only source you have for a
Yeah, go
supply.
ahead. Right. This is only more of as a secondary containment. If you have smokes, if you cannot control the smoke because of the stack effect you have here, that the smoke is going to come straight out from here. You might get you down to a point where you want to exhaust the smoke, but this will not be automatically turned on until the smoke level is so high that we're going to turn this on.
This is your incidental spill.
Exactly.
They're hoping to control it.
Right.
I realize that,
And what
but I
we-
still feel the way they turned this one on and controlled it less
Oh
than
no,
they did
right.
before.
That's what we try to do. What we try to accomplish is to attain a good amount of velocity of air
You want to get an airflow this direction.
through the escalator and down here, so that when people egress,
You want to get that in
they have a
series
fresh,
with these.
right? They have a fresh view. Which
go-
one? With this one? No, not this one.
Well, it'll be in series when you're at that arch, that's right. It'll all be pulling through that arch.
Right.
That's interesting.
So the whole idea is to provide fresh, a stream of fresh air to people leaving the station.
Good ones, those
And one thing we want to do is like right now that that's the stairwell, there is nothing to flat ceiling. We are going to again provide like a temporary glass skirt or baffle around the stairs, just to give you some additional time to stay for the smoke.
Where are
And
the next stations?
the next station is across the river.
Oh, this is the only station in Hudson. So saying the way to get out of here is get on a train and go. It's a long run.
Right, and also there's emergency stairways in the middle.
5,800 feet.
But they're pretty small stairways. But anyway, besides those 2 fans at the ends, we also propose to have smoke exhaust fan at the piston relief shaft.
At what shop?
The relief shaft, the projections. Can I just,
Yeah, Mike has my, or Dan has my paper.
and just give me a...
Some of the,
Okay, it's like right now we have 102 fan at 70,000 CFM, so it's 140,000 CFM on this side, and then you have 25,000 CFM on this side. And one thing we're going to do is to tap in here, a duct, and tap into one of the exhaust, garage exhaust fan, and then hopefully to pull another additional 70,000 CFM. So you have something like 95,000 CFM here, and 140,000 CFM here, and the projection is somewhere around here. There's two projections, and we call it the north and south projection. This is the north, and this is the south, and usually the train would just circle, go in this one direction. And at the projection, we are going to put in new fans on each. That just it's not going to. It's going to probably block up 20% of the space of the existing opening of the existing shaft. And each fan is 35,000 CFM. And we are not quite sure at this point whether we are going to have them as a reversible or just exhaust.
Do you have any idea on the curves that you're going to have?
I know the peak, we are going to need something like 4 inches. Stay pressure.
We can get some sort of course, we're not supposed to work in this area.
No. I'm just telling you what we have done on this area.
But we do have to worry about whether or not...
you have smoke conditions going out here. But these fans would only be operating in the condition of a train fire, but not a fire in the concourse.
No.
So right now for the concourse, the only thing you have to worry about is that if everything works accordingly, a train fire here would not have any smoke going up the concourse. And we have done that CFD modeling done with the conditions, and we are going to do a series of CFD modeling to look into this.
Okay. All right. So
World Trade Center 5, this is the escalator that in effect connects the concourse level to the 6th floor.
Oh, you mean it's going to be open the end?
This is the plaza level as currently constructed.
So it's going to be an open
We're looking at World Trade Center 2 and then World Trade Center 4. This area represents new construction. Automatic releasing doors of the type that will be in all of the plaza level. Excuse me, all of the concourse level. Recessed sprinkler heads overhead. The fresh air intakes is Sam Goody.
Spill duct for this ventilation systems of those areas. See where that red lighting is? Directly in front? Yeah. Okay, there's a set of this piece of ductwork. Here's spill air here. This facade. Spill air from the Southeast Plaza building. That is the fresh air intake. The Northeast Southeast Plaza. I failed to mention,
Spill air
Northeast Plaza
and fresh
building
air from the
side,
Southeast Plaza building.
short cycle, had it for years. Right? Right. We would get a higher intake temperature than the outside consistently, 5 to 6 degrees.
Because of the swirl around the building.
That's the north side of
That's on the Northeast Plaza building side, on the north wall. Okay.
That would make sense because you're going to be right in the eddy from the normal wind pattern off the water.
Okay, also on the spill plan is the exhaust at this corner. Just leave it this general area is the exhaust of the subway ventilation smoke system
That we were looking at now. And this is the makeup, or the outside here. It's this next one down here.
That's correct.
This is the entrance to 4 World Trade Center. Note the doors are weather stripped.
Part of the Alexander's area. The discharge or the spill in this area
There's
is
also
on the
not a
3rd
bad set
floor.
of plans here.
Okay.
Plaza level. On the plaza level, behind the ice skating rink.
This is number 4.
That's now it's about.
Note, general layout of the World Trade Center complex.
Looking at new construction by Tower 2.
General layout, the concourse area. Note the automatic doors leading into World Trade Center 4 both remain open at the same time, allowing for access to the outside.
Downstairs, it also interfaces with this plaza level, where there is a spill fan located on the 9th floor of the Southeast Plaza building to take air from the 2nd floor area, from the plaza area, and discharge it into the roof. How that is interfacing with the master plans, I don't know. Spill fan 9.
So we said the windows are like stairway, the big round one?
Yes. That's what it's done originates.
Here we're looking at limited. Note the fuel load. Hallmark shop. Again, note the fuel load. This is the entrance to World Trade Center 2 from the concourse level. This is an exit from the ballroom from the Vista Hotel.
Come out this way.
Yeah.
Come out this way.
Thanks. Note the position of the exit from the Vista Hotel ballroom. Again, the concourse level looking in the direction of World Trade Center 4. Looking back towards World Trade Center 1. Note the fuel load in classic bookshop. This is the lobby level of World Trade Center 1. The repaired area of the World Trade Center bombing.
Smoke purge, I think.
So essentially, if I've got a green light, I'm on, right?
Once you get over to the...
Just made it through.
What's an SHX?
What?
SHX.
Secondary
Fan
heat
control, smoke control.
What you're basically looking for is the ACS fans, the ACR fans. And you would take a look and say you're doing one World Trade Center in regards to stack effect. You did a reading in the morning, right? You look at one World Trade Center, you get mechanical equipment rooms on 108, 75, 41st floor, 7th mechanical equipment room, and B6. This is what they call the J area. Subgrade north, B1 through B6. Projection fans, garage exhaust fans, truck duct exhaust fans. Okay? In Tower 2, again, 108, 75, 41. 7th floor, B6 level of 2 World Trade Center, and the K area. Again, the other garage exhaust and projection fans.
E is an exhaust fan.
E is an exhaust fan. Over here you have the fans for 5 World Trade Center. For the 9th floor, this is 5 World Trade Center. The 3rd floor mechanical equipment room and the B1. The B1 mechanical equipment room is what services the concourse. Southeast Plaza building, 9th floor. 4th floor has the 2nd floor mechanical equipment room and the V1 level mechanical equipment room which services the concourse.
Currently, this is all direct digital control. This digital on that control.
That's it.
Of course, the reason the customs house is not shown here is it's completely independent.
We don't show the customs house, we don't show the hotel. We have no control over that. Pictures the laser.
exactly what the position is.
So you can read it.
That's how you try to build up.
Yeah, they got it down to the sign. All three.
And it's all buildings, but it's just, we've got to include the Vista in that. We don't know how we're going to do that.
We're going to figure that out before we go to bed tonight.
And World Trade Center 4 and 5 also, particularly is it 4, I think. Now the other thing is the path is going to make to that. The subways. Got to make up something or other about what we're going to do about the subways. It's obvious, it's probable that some of them are just openings and some of them are pumps. We'll have to sort that out. Now, as far as all of this we went through with all these connections down below and so on, the real question is how much does that affect what we're after?
Won't know until we plug it all in.
Well, and then how much detail we have to get in order to plug it in.
Well, we'll figure that out tomorrow morning when we find out which way the wind is generally blowing.
Okay.
That'll give us some real good hints before and after.
So in order to have stuff that we can look at tonight, assume we're going to do something.
Yes.
We need the plans for the master plan. But what else do we need for the subterranean level?
For tonight?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
Here's what I think I'm going to get from Bill. How do I get whomever is down here in the morning? You going to be here?
Yeah, one key.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. That's
So
all you have to do is say
the
mechanical one.
lobby.
All you have to grab the mechanical one.
The problem stays Wednesday, right? It'll be Thursday morning. It'll be Jack Manzel and Pete Burrows. They're my midnight day supervisors.
Where would they be?
Fourth floor. Well, the easiest way to get a hold of them, call the 77 desk and ask mechanical one to respond to wherever you are. 4164 you call.
Why don't we just go to Jeff's office?
You will find anybody there at midnight or
But that's what
they're not covered, they don't cover the midnights. So, 4164. And you will get the 77 desk. Say operation. Request for mechanical one to respond to your location as per Bill Levin. And you take a stopwatch.
Stopwatch.
You know how long it's going to take to respond.
Could we just take a regular?
Commemorative plaque honors the victims of the World Trade Center bombing.
how much?
I'll pay for it. Okay.
Millions of dollars, man, you know what I mean?
You